Yo, what's up with y'all boys? It's Keymajor, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. Today I'm showing you guys how to use one-shots to make hard samples for Travis Scott. I'm getting some comments lately on people struggling to make their one-shots sound like VSTs and just make them sound like good in general. So in today's video, you guys will be able to see what I do when I use one-shots, like the way I manipulate them, the effects, and everything I do to make them sound like a VST. If you guys do enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave a like. If you have any video ideas, leave them in the comment section down below. Like I mentioned in the previous video, we're on the road to 2K on this channel, 2K subs. So if you guys want to join, make sure you guys go subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss any of the latest videos. But anyway, without further ado, let's straight to the video. So all the one-shots I use in this loop kit all come from my boy Keon's latest one-shot kit, the Starlight one-shot kit. If you guys do want this one-shot kit, I will leave a link to it in the description down below. First thing I can tell you guys is to make your one-shot sound good, you have to actually use like good, nice sounding one-shots. It's gonna be really hard to make them sound nice when you're using like trash, like booty sounds. So it's really important to use good sounding one-shot kits. So the first one I use is this one right here, the Keymajor one-shot. So the melody itself is extremely simple. I first started with this very simple chord. I moved the G, I kind of offset it to give the melody more rhythm, and then all I did was added these top notes right here. Then I took this melody and I copied it over, except on the second half I took the F and I brought it down to D, and then for the second half I just took this section and I just played it for the entire thing just to give a little bit more variety. And then lastly I just did Alt R to randomize the velocity of the melody. That's another thing when it comes to making a one shot sound nice, doing Alt R to randomize the velocities, or even messing with the pan and then doing Alt S to strum them can really help them sound more nice. Now when it comes to the effects on one shots, you could really make a one shot sound 10 times better with the right effects. For this one shot I did use Portal. Now if you do have Portal, it is extremely helpful when it comes to kind of completely changing the sound of a one shot or just adding little tiny things in the background and textures. For this one I used TB Digital's Experiment Club Bank right here, and I used the up down preset, and then I added some ambience reverb on here, and then Pancake. This is just kind of giving the melody more movement left and right, and then I use this EQ down here to kind of just take out the lows. Next I use this one shot called Glasses. Oh yeah, by the way, this is how the last one shot sounded by itself. So here I just copied the same melody over. Really nothing complex, just layering on top of the original melody. Here I pan this one a tiny bit to the right since the last one was panned to the left, and I also added a little bit more stereo separation. Like I said again, just some ambience reverb. Next I added some Magic's Origin. This is a free vintage plugin similar to RC20 or a Sketch Cassette, kind of does the same purpose. All I did was I turned the resample knob right here down to kind of muffle the sound and make it sound more old. I turned the movement up, and then I added Isotope Vinyl. This is another free vintage plugin. All I did was I turned the warp depth up. This is also detuning it, and I put the year to 1960. This is also making it sound a lot more old and grainy. And then I used the EQ down here to just lower the lows and raise the highs a tiny bit. After that I added this one shot called 1 AM. Basically another very simple melody, just adding on top. For this one I added ambience reverb again, Pancake, kind of give it more movement. And then here I added effect rack. I went to the delay folder and then I added the mid-res slapper. This is just giving it a delay. It's kind of giving it more movement as well. And then another vintage plugin, RC20, just on the Vinyl 3 preset. It's making it sound more old and vintage. And then down here on the EQ I just lowered the lows and lowered the highs a tiny bit. After that I added this freezing lead. Another extremely simple melody, just going up the scale. For the effects, it was very simple. I just added ambience reverb again, and then I used the EQ down here to kind of filter out the sound, taking out the lows and lowering the highs as well. The last one shot I added is this new amps bass. Pretty self-explanatory, it's just the root note. For the effects, all I did was I used the EQ to take out the lows and raise the highs, kind of give more bass to it. And then lastly, down here, I used a couple of textures from the kit. The first one I used is this texture called Clashed Trash. And then I used this one little flyby lead. Final sample, you can barely hear these sounds, but it definitely does help a lot cover like those empty gaps in between the sample and just making it sound more full and kind of gluing everything together. After that, I came up with this little arrangement, and then on the master I just put this EQ on here. This is basically just raising the highs and some of the mid highs to make it sound more crisp. And then I exported it. I didn't even pitch it up or down, I just exported it, kept it how it was. Before I do end the video off, I completely forgot to mention what I do with all my one shots to make them sound like more realistic. This is like the main sauce. I can't believe I forgot to add this in the video. Before I use my one shots, I load them up and I go to the volume envelope and I make it look like this right here. All I do is I turn the attack knob down and I mess with these four right here. So this is the hold, the decay, the sustain, and the release. I mainly mess with the release. This is basically like when you let go of the note, how long do you want it to play for until it stops. So yeah, kind of messing with these knobs is what I do with my one shots, kind of make them sound more like a VST and just make them sound a lot better. But yeah, man, that's basically it. Utilize effects, mess with the envelope, and choose good sounding one shots. So yeah, like I said, I'll leave a link to my boy Keon's Starlight one shot kit. But that's pretty much it, man. If you guys did enjoy and learn something new, make sure you guys leave a like. If you have any video ideas for the future, make sure you guys leave them in the comment section down below. On the road to 2K, so if you guys do want to join us, make sure you guys subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when I upload a new video or loop kit. But yeah, man, I appreciate all y'all for the support and tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video.